The Delaware Developmental Disabilities Council and the University of Delaware Center for Disability Studies has pioneered a program to teach young adults to become better advocates for themselves as well as others by positively influencing the world around them. My name is Blake, and I was one of 17 young adults from all over Delaware who came to the University of Delaware campus for a week-long summer institute called Junior Partners in Policymaking.
I actually started going to different schools, high schools in Delaware, talking to parents of students who had disabilities, asking them if they would be interested in having their student or having their child come to the university for a week-long summer institute.
The junior partners range in age from 16 to 22 years old and are students in public and private high schools and colleges. Some junior partners work. At least 51% have a developmental disability.
I know I have a disability, which is cerebral palsy.
I am kind of slow at some things. I can't spell very well.
I have seizures.
I have a disability. It's CP, it's mild.
It was really an experience for them to come here and really embrace what it was like to be away from home for the first time for a lot of the students, to live on a college campus, to be eating in the dining hall, to be interacting with strangers, and just personal growth and development.
Throughout the week, the students, facilitators, and aides discussed and performed advocacy skills in order to reach certain goals. To help reach their educational goals, the students discussed the importance of attending and participating in their individualized education plan meetings, or IEP.
Well, pretty much it's just a waste of time on everybody's part if you don't show up for something that's about you. Exactly. It's like a birthday party. Why would you not go to your birthday party?
I needed to go to and from class before everybody else in the hallways so I wouldn't get knocked over. If I didn't have the IEP, I wouldn't be able to leave early from class and take extra time on tests, and I might not get to finish the test, which means I get a bad grade on it.
Developing an IEP is just one way for a person with a disability to begin to control their lives. To have that control is at the very heart of the concept of self-determination.
Blake, what does self-determination mean to you?
It means finding out the work that I have to do and doing it on my own because I know that nobody else is going to do it for me.
Okay, so it's a sense of responsibility for yourself to take care of your own needs and your own things. Good. People with disabilities are entitled and have the same rights and responsibilities as everybody else, right? People with disabilities deserve to live where they want to live, have the families they want to have the friends they want to have the jobs they want to have, just like everybody else, because we're all people. Self-determination means that you get to make those decisions yourself, that no one's choosing which services you need or you want.
For many of the young adults in junior partners in policymaking, they will need to prepare for life after high school. As an exercise in transitional planning, each student made their own map or making action plan, which is based on their dreams, fears, interests, and needs.
And the idea is that the students can take the map, typically done with a team of people, their parents, guidance counselors, friends, close family members. But they can take their map home and say, these are my goals for the future. This is what I want. And the parents who may not know these things can say, okay, what can we do to achieve that goal or help you get closer to that goal, whether or not it's actually readily achievable or not.
I wish to go to college and add an independent living.
I put playing my guitar and singing because that's a big deal to me.
I really want to be a father, and my girlfriend can be my wife, and I also have kids. That's it.
Very good. I like that. So you want to be a dad someday, huh?
Yeah.
And do you want to have...
I really want to feel like to be my father for a while.
You want to see what it feels like to be like your dad?
Yeah, be like my dad.
And do you want to have sons or daughters or both?
Both.
Both? Okay. That's an awesome dream.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
One of the key components of this entire Junior Partners in Policymaking program was to have nighttime activities where students got a chance to get to know each other better, but still learn things and still have fun. The first night of class, we actually had a woman from Easter Hills come in and present information on assistive technology.
This is to help someone that can't see when they're pouring a drink.
The biggest thing, I think, for them was just realizing that how expensive assistive technology is. And in fact, when asking them to think about proposing a bill that would assist people with disabilities, one group actually determined that they thought that assistive technology should be cost a reasonable amount of money for all people with disabilities, because they realize how important it is to their lives. Oh, you don't even get to ask. Bye-bye. We took the students outside to get them interacting in a lively manner, to really focus on self-advocacy skills and to really explore what it feels like to not be heard.
Can we wheelbarrow up to Michael?
Nope, you get to go to the light post.
Oh, sweet. All right.
So for example, in Donnie May I, Donnie was able to determine and really control how far and how close people got to achieving their goal, which is to cross the line. And for everybody, until the very, very end, he kept sending them backwards when they got too close. Warren, how did you like that game? Were you having some difficulty with it? Why did that bother you? Because why? You wanted to go forward. But then, who ended up winning the entire game? Warren did, right?
Another goal of the Junior Partners in Policymaking program is to benefit from the experience of past partners in policymaking graduates and advocating for change in front of elected officials.
They're members of your community. They're your next door neighbor. They don't stand any higher than you do. In fact, they answer to you as citizens. So remember that you ultimately are the ones with the power. You know, the things that you have to say should be every bit as important to them as it is to you. And what makes the best advocate and what makes things very, very easy, whether you're giving testimony or making a speech someplace, is to make sure that you know the facts and make sure that you know the law. You can be really afraid of, you know, the repercussions of it, but sometimes the repercussions of not doing something really significant or severe to create change can be more detrimental than not being willing to stick your neck out there sometimes. So
our trip to Legislative Hall is to actually show them where they'll be working on testifying. They'll get a chance to see where they'll actually be sitting and where the legislators would be and who they could talk to.
At Legislative Hall, the Junior Partners met with U.S. Representative Robert Balfour.
Facts and figures, their eyes will glaze over and you won't make your impact. You want to minimize the numbers, you want to focus on the important issues for you.
You know, what kind of things do you want to do, make sure you maintain eye contact and, you know, share your personal story, those sorts of things that will really emphasize all the points that we've made throughout the week.
If you don't know the answer, say, Senator, I'm sorry I don't have an answer for you, but you know what I can do? I can go back and research that and get that answer for you. I can go to the person who might know that answer and get you that information. People don't really know what goes on in this building, how they can affect change in Delaware, and you can affect change.
What do you guys think? Sound like a good plan?
Using the information they learned over the week, the Junior Partners worked on drafting legislation to better the lives of people with disabilities.
So insurance companies will cover all expenses for the community of people with disabilities and not be limited to any one of the following.
The Junior Partners in Policymaking experience was about personal growth and development for the young adults too.
Amanda, I have absolutely seen a tremendous change in her.
My dislikes is that I'm too quiet and shy. And until I get to know people well, and I'm not outgoing, and I wish I was.
You know, tonight she's singing karaoke with us, but she swore she would never do. It's totally in her alarm zone. She's talked about how she feels confident and comfortable now talking in front of people and, you know, taking a risk. And one of the things about Amanda's application was she wanted to step outside her comfort zone. And I think she's done that, and she's realized, oh my gosh, I can do this. It feels good, I can make a difference.
I want to get a job and have my last surgery so I can go to school to be a medical assistant. And I also would like to work with kids that have CP like me, because they can learn from my experience and they can know that they could do anything that they want in life.
Elizabeth has absolutely been totally determined in the fact that she wants to be married.
This is me, and then this is my boyfriend, Michael Brawley. This is a chapel. There's a priest.
She has a boyfriend who is in the program as well.
Honeymoon Mary.
And I know it's a dream for Elizabeth. As much as she talks about her father not wanting that to happen right now, she absolutely has that goal and dream for the future, and she's not willing to give it up. One thing that's unique about this opportunity for them to be here for this entire week is that they all know they have disabilities of some sort. And for every single one of these students, they have said, you know what, this person's just like me. They might not look the same, may not walk the same way I do, may not talk the same way I do, but they're a person. They have the same feelings, the same kind of feelings I have, the same goals for the future. They're just like me. And so for them, I think the comfort level has been enormous to realize that they're not alone in the world.